Trash to Cash podcast, episode well past 100 at this point. We don't even know which one anymore.
340-ish.
Let's just say it's a lot more than all the rest that aren't good. All the other bad ones. Ours is included in the bad one list, and then ours is at the top of the bad one. Obviously, the good ones have thousands of episodes, like the Nirvana thing.
Yeah,
we got the pure hustle.
We got Craigslist. Craigslist Hunter's long lost brother is going to be on this episode.
Craigslist
the one that's on the boat. One that's on the boat. He's going to be on this episode.
You guys can't. It's I could be on a legitimate podcast. And get legitimate people. Nobody wants to come on this mess with you.
That is true.
Listen,
that is fair.
We do have a special guest coming soon, so that'll be
we do. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Nice. So you guys excited about the Super Bowl?
I'm excited about the special guest.
That's next Sunday, right? Or is it two
Kevin,
Sundays from now? It's
Kevin,
next Sunday.
It's next Sunday.
So
Kevin,
when this comes out, it's like 5 days away.
Yes. Right. So you're really going to not watch the Super Bowl, Carrie, to record this podcast?
I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. We're going to postpone it a little bit if we need to, but
postpone the Super Bowl?
Yes, if possible.
Well, we're pushing that back.
I'm in Vegas, so I can pull some strings. I know some people. But no, if it's close, we'll start a little late. If it's not close, I don't care. I'm not going to be like Dave and watch the last 2 minutes of a worthless game,
Speaking of knowing people, I mean, are you back in this, rich and famous circle again?
I don't know, man.
People that you know?
It's such an up and down thing with my relationship with Gary V. He responded to me because I'm like, he's doing a V Friends thing in Vegas on Thursday. And I'm like, I'm just going to throw out a message and say, hey, can I help? I don't even know what that means because I can't.
Last minute, he's going to be like, no, I got Rakin. I don't need
exactly. If Rakin was around, I would have been.
Does he have Rakin Profit? You mean
Rakin?
Reezel.
Reezel.
His friends call him Reezel.
So no, he immediately. I must have caught him when he was like on the toilet or something because he immediately responded. Yeah. He said humbled, which makes sense because I did contact him. I would be humbled as well. And he said get a hold of Tyler, and then I did, and Tyler didn't respond to me. But then the next morning, Gary got Tyler in a group chat, and then basically just said
another poop. Basically every poop now. He's like, Carrie.
And then I put I have no instructions. I have no promises. I might just have to show up. Just
show up, dude. Just show up.
That's what I'm gonna do at this point.
Who would not want Butthole McGee at their?
Yeah, Butthole McGee should be at every function.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, did it not post? I tried to.
I don't think people. Should we explain to people?
Are you trying to work?
Yeah, I'm trying to list on eBay. What are you guys doing? A show?
We're doing a podcast, man.
Seriously,
this is America's favorite.
I haven't listed any
comedy-based reselling podcast right here.
Listen, I went to the flea market because there's like a flea market that happens once a month, and it was going on yesterday, and it was really quite awesome, as some of the flea markets in Florida are. And I bought a tote full of action figures. And so I said, I'm just going to sell them on eBay. Now, I looked through a little bit, and I was like, oh, there's Sonic and Knuckles. I'm going to look them up. And they were like $50 figures. Mm-hmm. And there was a couple other like Street Sharks and stuff. Not really Street Sharks, but Extreme Dinosaurs. Same idea. And I was like, oh, man, I'll just list a few things on eBay, and I'll put the rest on a Whatnot auction. And this is the power of Whatnot. Reselling. Started off with the reselling. Spent $75 on the tote. I went back and watched the footage. I spent $75. I listed 120 in three figures, $120 with three figures, and then I did the Whatnot show tonight, and after fees, it's $580. So,
nice.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous right now.
You really, you ripped off several different people in that transaction.
A lot
of
people.
The people who bought from you. That's
the
level.
seller, listen, I'll tell you the truth. Like, a lot of those figures were going well below eBay, but a lot of them were like right at the precipice of what I want to list, like $12 to $15.
You don't even know what that word means, man.
I don't want to list like $12 to $15 stuff, so I put it on there, and a lot of them were selling for $2, $3, $4. But again, it's 100 figures for an average of $5, $500. So I'm selling these figures for $5 to sell for 15-ish.
But let's be honest.
Everyone's going to make a profit.
We should be honest with the dozens of people listening at this point, okay? After taxes, after your gas, after your time, you lost money, correct?
Yeah, and after Texas. Taxes and Texas.
Texas is always going to get there.
It's always deducting from your financials.
Deducted.
Kevin's in the cabin. What's up with that?
Yeah, my wife's like,
you sleeping out there tonight or something?
She wants to watch, an old episode of Frasier or something. I'm not really sure. So.
She doesn't seem that old, but I guess maybe.
Frasier.
So why?
I love it.
Like, why is your internet working? What's happening?
I have no idea. It's a
We're
great
just,
question.
You're on a.
I'm just pleased. I came down here and tested it out. Dave wasn't even in here for 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, it's working, I think. And then he came on and started talking, and it's working.
Yeah,
it's good. I'm doing some, Dave. I'm selling eBay stuff on Dibit on Thursday.
Nice.
I'm selling
we're
consoles.
doing an auction on Thursday, guys. Check out Dibit Thursday. We're doing a raid train.
I don't think I'm going to be there because I
day.
have to go try to hunt Gary V down for the record.
Oh.
Even though I'm
so who's
supposed
going
to
take
be
that
there.
spot? You
I
found
don't
a
know.
replacement.
I was trying to wait to hear back
I
from
see.
him before I dipped.
Because I think I'm going to take a bath in this. I'm selling good stuff.
Dude, that's
over
a
there.
good
I'm
idea to get
little
people
nervous.
in there. Do it from your bathtub.
Yeah, dude, like a
That's
rubber
genius.
nookie.
He's
You're
like just
the
got a
one.
lot of bubbles, and every now and then you see the Commonwealth pecker peek through. I love
exactly. Sud daddy. I love it. He's a little
Uncle
daddy.
Steve Pickers told me that there's a golf guy that did a whole show from his bathtub.
I love it.
Did the whole show from his bathtub.
That's nice.
I just can't help
What not
Kevin
show
sends
for the
me.
record.
Kevin sends me all these screenshots of like little old ladies,
bathtub?
little old ladies fussing about this show that we're so rude to Kevin. And then in the first 6 minutes, I say Commonwealth pecker.
I know.
Like,
But look,
I'm sorry.
but you say it with the respect it
It's
deserves.
love. Yeah,
It's
How do you know
love.
she's a little old lady,
It's-
by the way?
I mean, her name was Little Old Lady 7. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
little old lady, 1907. That was when she was born.
1907.
so-
But it's true. Everything that was there was very true.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
She
hurt.
just
It was.
hates-
It was
she
hurtful.
does not know
She
why.
can't believe
Very
it's growing.
hurtful.
Yeah, well, her comment's like,
Yes,
I can't
that
believe
was
it's growing. And I'm like, is it growing?
I mean,
We're
technically.
kind of plateaued at this
It's growing.
point.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, listen, the sub count's growing, Kevin, but the view count's not going up. It's pretty steady.
Well,
Much like
people get-
a venereal disease, it's growing.
Yes,
Correct.
Yes. Oh, it's
It's
growing,
spreading.
and
It's
the
spreading.
fungus is.
It's because we
reaching my
talked a lot
stomach.
about reselling last episode.
Did we?
A lot
I don't
about
know.
it.
It's a
Yeah.
to-
didn't you
I
see
have
Yeah,
that
not
comment?
talked to
was
Kevin
weird.
at all for like a week.
I think me
I'm on a
and- yeah.
Kevin fast personally.
Oh,
I don't
you
know.
need those. You need those. It's good for the soul.
It's just like every now and then I start to feel like if I was just like, so I stay away from Kevin, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm doing well financially, and then I talk to him like, oh, I'm poor.
No,
I'm so
here's
poor.
better than a Kevin fast. Only talk to him when you have something going on that's better than the stuff he has going on.
That's good.
So
yeah,
I
like
talked to Gary V. I let Kevin know about that.
Whatever.
I'm
What are you talking about?
I'm a
I'm the one that
finalist for a
told you
very
to talk to
important
Gary V.
TV show. I let Kevin know
You
about
wouldn't
that.
even-
Mhm.
Yeah,
important
he
TV
did.
show. Yeah.
And I'm happy for you, Carrie. And so that's why I send things to you. I want
I
people
know
to be
you
happy
are.
For me.
I don't really do that. I just want to share with my friends something exciting. But I do
is
get a
nice.
little bit of joy that I know it bugs you a little bit.
Yeah, did y'all catch that though?
What?
Carrie's the finalist for a TV show.
With a very dumb
30
premise.
days in.
I really
30
hope.
Yeah, I don't
that
even
they
know if
fix
I'm
the
gonna
premise of
do.
this
I don't even
show.
know if
It's
I'm
so
gonna
dumb.
do what they want me to do.
No,
And
the
then
premise is good.
It is
I
not.
like it.
You
I'm
okay?
ticked
Wait a
off
minute.
that I'm
Wait a
not
minute.
the
can't
one
If
that
Kevin
talk
thinks
about
it's a
the
good
premise.
if Kevin thinks it's a good premise, then maybe it is because I'm, not connected with the elderly, and you are.
Yeah.
you know.
elderly.
Yeah, that's such an elderly premise. Like no one
Oh,
in
well,
our
it's just a
generation
good
or
person
younger will
premise.
watch it. Like
What's weird
millennials
is
and
I
younger
do
will not be
this
watching this show.
all the time.
Gen
and
Alpha's
I
gonna
wasn't
hate
picked.
it.
Yes,
They're gonna
if
hate
it's
it, 'cause
not kittens on
If it's
fire.
if it's not immediately streaming to their Air Vision Pro, they're not going to want
Dude,
anything
I
to do
want-
with it. Dude,
You
I
know,
want
will
one
tell
too.
you, if I was like, day job Dave, 160 plus K
Yeah.
day job Dave, I would be buying one of those instantly.
Dude, 3,500
What-
doesn't seem that bad.
The Apple
What are we
Vision.
talking about?
The Apple
Did I miss-
Vision.
Oh,
The
Apple Vision.
Well, listen, it's not
My
that
wife
much
said it was
better.
dumb.
It's not that much better than the current VRs. The only thing that's nicer is like the look through stuff
The
is a
pass
little bit
through.
better.
The pass
The
through,
other
like
ones
you
have
can-
that. The other ones have
Oh,
that,
they
but
do?
people can't see your eyes. It's like there's cameras there that let you see in front of you, but they can't see you. And I think the seeing you is really important for the future.
But here's the what I love about it is people hardly notice you're wearing it.
No, they notice.
It's
They notice. But listen, I am telling you, I really do think this thing is going to be like a big part of the future.
Oh, it's gonna- we're-
This type of technology, Kevin, we need to adapt our
Yeah.
creative to suit
Should.
it. But I'm
In
not
10
really sure how
years,
because 360 video
Could you imagine in our podcast 10
Yes,
years from
it
now,
does.
Kevin's going to be all tiny and shrivelly more so than now. It's going to be interesting.
If I'm lucky, I got till like 55 of, doing what we do in some way, shape, or form. If I'm lucky. So my audience
like
has
year,
at least,
so
they're not going to want it. You think some 50, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I just don't see people like, I've got, like, I watch
Dude,
that
you're a
commercial,
46-year-old, Kevin, who talks about like old time Bonanza shows and people are still following you. I don't think you're going to age out. I think you're going to be fine.
The thing I'm struggling with is I don't know that, like, I think there's going to be people who want to watch TV on there, and it's going to be like a screen on there, and they're going to be able to watch that while they're
they're going to watch something on that a lot,
But what they really want is an experience.
Just saying.
They want an experience that allows them to be present somewhere and feel like they're part of something. And the way we do our content currently would not allow for that. They'd still be watching someone. It almost
Could you imagine how unsettling it would be if you felt like we were in the room with you doing this podcast?
the odors, the smells, all of it.
I know.
No, what I'm saying, I'm trying to get to a deep thought here, but I really don't know where the end is. But I feel like
there is the end,
what
Dave.
people want is they want to literally feel like they're at the sale and be able to buy the things that you're. Yeah, I want to live stream in 360 video at the sale. And literally let them send me the money to buy the items, and I take care of shipping. Like, that is the VR yard sale
they'll use
video.
a Blake Bortles portal to ship.
If we had a Blake Bortles portal. But they would literally, like, they don't have to go out. They don't have to dig through the garbage. They just have to say, holy crap, I had those when I was a kid. I want to buy
but that's what you're doing now, kind of.
No, Kev. But it's got to have that feeling like you're the one picking. Like, I wouldn't even talk. I wouldn't even talk.
Not happen.
Listen, it will happen. This will happen. This sort of
feel
thing.
Like you're the one.
Oh, it's gonna. It already happens right now. People are taking their phone around doing it.
The camera wear, like, wouldn't even. I mean, I'm not sure how it'll happen, but I feel like the camera wear doesn't say anything, and maybe they type the name of the item, or they say the name of the item, and the camera person grabs it, and then they say buy.
I think part of what would make it interesting, though, Dave, is it actually does have interaction with the person who has the camera.
It could be, yeah. There's multiple ways it could happen.
You could be doing your show, but I mean, you don't have to just be a Autotron.
I kind of like the idea of me being an automatron. It's kind of
automatron.
There we go. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Now take off your pants at the art sale. I had to do it. They made me.
They paid me. I
want to roll up to a yard sale wearing one, and just like, you think it's embarrassing wearing the GoPro? Just imagine rolling up with that thing. Dude, by the way, does it have cameras?
Yes,
I should try it. I should try it just to get. Now I have to buy it.
Well, here's the new thing that I'm noticing, and maybe you guys have heard of this. The new thing I'm noticing in the sports card realm. I'm a very big deal over there, by the way, guys.
I know you've heard that. Yeah.
People are using those meta glasses. Like they're like the Snapchat ones, but better, I guess. And like people, I don't know how foggy or good they are, but people are just. I think that's the future, like sunglasses, stuff that's less.
Me. I watch
this the future, man.
Like, just the last thing.
Oh, it's definitely the future, Kevin. Because people want a HUD. I want a HUD. I've wanted a HUD since I was a kid. A heads-up display. I've wanted to see things like have my emails pop up and be able to scroll with my eyes. Like that has been a dream of mine forever. Like to just be able to scroll by like looking up and down. And I feel like that's the sort of thing you can do.
You want your hands free.
Well, and
I'm always doing 10 things at once.
A big step is to be like doing a live auction on Whatnot or Dibit. That was a huge step for me, and y'all are talking about this stuff.
Don't be scared. Embrace it, Kevin. Adapt.
You're in a
podcast. To adapt.
Yeah, you gotta adapt.
You're
in a podcast
this week.
With
Wednesday
a couple visionaries,
Thursday.
Okay?
And I'm like,
welcome.
Visionaries. Yeah.
I do like that, Kerry. I think I need to buy one just to test it. I can always return
it. Because I want to play around with it at your house.
$3,500. That's so much money. That is such an aggressive amount of money.
Predict right now.
But it's your money, so it's okay.
And he will justify it because the first thing he picks up at a yard sale at a flea market, and he brings it home and he makes like $3,600. He's like, oh, there you go. Now I have justification. I'm buying.
I just think it'd be so funny to like. Well, then again, it's like when Art did the whole Mario suit thing, right? You just want to see the reactions. Although he probably spent $12, and I'm talking about spending $3,500.
Hey, if you would just properly take a picture of that bear behind you, you would be almost there. You'd have enough money.
I haven't sold any bears this week, guys.
No,
actually.
Bears.
All my eBay sales
have not
are still terrible. They're still horrible.
Mine are low too.
The economy is dead. So let's blame the economy.
Yeah, it's eBay's dead.
I got a video coming out.
Krylov has taken over.
Yesterday.
Krylov, man, bear, pig. Man, bear, pig, Krylov. Yes.
Shout out to all the bear lovers out there.
Hey, Carrie,
last weekend I was like,
so go ahead, Kev.
Am I on this podcast? I'll just take this week off. We won't come back.
We're listening.
Come back.
We're listening.
Sometimes the old man gets ornery.
That's Frasier. I'm listening. All right, whatever. I don't even know last week I said I had 29 sales. 29 sales on the weekend, and I can't remember the last time I was even in the 30s. It was always in the 40s. This week I have 24 sales. It's down.
And they're
of course, I was sick last week. I listed like 10 things last week. That was all I could do.
All viewer sales, probably?
Yeah.
No, actually very few.
That's what I would guess.
Viewers are out of money. They're spending it on Dave's whatnot.
No, good. That's what I like to hear. Well, Carrie, you were with me, and I picked up a stitch. Remember you were here, and I bought like a little stitch?
I have zero recollection of anything.
This thing. Remember that?
Yes. Vaguely.
Sold that for $69.95. So that's pretty good.
Crazy.
Paid $5 for it.
And you done really well.
Good number. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Dave asked me at the flea market, are these any good? I'm like, no. And walked away.
Oh, I know.
And
that's funny.
He should have picked them up.
Yeah, I was editing some
They were
footage.
Maxell.
They were just
I
tapes,
just turned and looked, and
media.
I saw Maxell blank media. I'm like, you know, but it was some special Maxell.
They were,
blank
they were
media
unique. They were
for one cassette. They're going for like $30.
No, it was like 15 to 20 per. And she had like a stack of them, so we probably should have bought them. Whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, you should.
I should have followed my gut. I should have followed my gut because the whole reason I picked them up is because they look different than other ones.
Different than the other.
And
ones,
I should have followed my gut. Hey, these are different. Just scan the stupid barcode. That wouldn't have been that hard to do, but whatever.
But you trusted me.
I trusted the elderly, the wisdom
of
the elderly.
You drank some of the Commonwealth Kool-Aid, and you got
I should have known by his lack of gray hair that he carries no wisdom. I should have known this.
That's true.
I actually remember that table, and I remember the prices, and I'm like, for Maxell tapes they need to be super cheap, and I'm like, this lady's not super cheap. No, that was not the lady that we were buying.
It was the lady with the kids hats that you walked up to, and she had like the little kid hat hanging on the hat tree, and she was cheap.
You asked
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You asked if they had a dog and if they'd bring it outside so you could pet it
and choke it out.
Yeah. No. What the heck is wrong with
he couldn't wait to watch the video. He was just going to do it himself.
Dave learned from Carrie.
Listen, the swinger thing is tired.
The swinger's dead. Your new lore is you hate.
Nobody's going to believe that. Nobody. I'm surprised.
This is actually Wallen number 12.
It's like Lassie.
Hey, I got Baja Blast.
Them out.
Okay, so can we talk about the new Patreon perk? And we've got to figure out, the next couple months, but we're going to be delivering to our Patreon wealthy as a Kevin tier members and hire a pin of the month for free with their membership. Now,
every month?
That's the goal.
Every month.
That's the goal. I'm going to need your guys' help designing more. We've designed the first one, and you may have seen a sneak peek of it here or there.
How about the viewers design them?
Yeah, the viewers could give me some designs. I'd be totally happy with that, guys.
Totally
close your eyes, Dave, I think so.
I'll tell you. Hold on. I'll tell you what. If a viewer designs one, even if they're not a member, and it's one we use, I'll give them a free one. If someone designs a good one that goes with the lore of the show. Anyways, what we've got is the Kevin pineapple pin of the month. This is a upside down pineapple with Kevin's hat and glasses on it. And any Patreon member that is $25
it is upside down
will be receiving. It's an upside down pineapple with Kevin's hat on the top. This is free for you, and so
free
for those
with a $25 per month Patreon.
Now hold on,
membership.
they're already paying it, so it's basically
but we're hoping to get more of those people.
That'd be great. Yeah, come on.
No, but
more.
you get to go to the Discord. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know what's happening there. I never checked, but I heard it's good.
I was there today. Kevin usually is just sending ab pictures. He has abs now. He's all excited.
He's
very obsessed with them.
So, our wealthy as a Kevin members, Biggs Collectibles, main merch on eBay, Jake Ryder, also known, I believe, as J Ride, but I don't know. Is that his name, Jake?
Jake Ryder. That's kind of cool, too, though.
He must be making a lot.
Dude, Ryder's a sick last name. Is that his last name?
Jake Ryder.
Dude,
I feel like
my YouTube channel would just be called Jake Ryder.
Yeah,
That's
mine
awesome.
would too. I'm pretty sure I got beat up in some sort of like rollerblading incident in high school by a guy named Jake Ryder, by the way.
Okay, Ryder Strong. OrderAtUse.com. CJ Ben's Find. Thank You Dealer. The Flipper Skipper. Lady Arbitrage. No Nose Pickers. Brian Sampor Beal. Harry Tornado. Superhero Headquarters. Vintage Sports Flips. PaulsMerch.com. ABC.
Who's
ABC
merch?
Matt. Paul's Merch. PaulsMerch.com. Brian Big and Fun. New Jersey Picker. Race Heck Resell. Logan Murky. And Biscuit. Now, here's the only problem is I don't necessarily know how to get their addresses. I will put a message on the Patreon, or something and try to figure out your addresses. If you don't see my message or you don't find it anywhere, just email me your address if you're a Patreon.
So they can ignore that too.
And I'm going to try to send these out this week.
Like I said,
now, wait a minute. How many people are
Kevin.
at that level?
How many people are at that level? 20. 20.
We have
20 people are at that level?
Yeah,
20
dude,
pins.
that's like
I've got 20 pins here, I think.
That's like $800 a month we're making off that, guys.
Yeah, 20 people will get the upside down. Now, here's the thing. Like, these are limited edition. We're not going to sell them separately. So, like, if you want to get them.
only can get one there?
Yes. And I don't think I only ordered 40, and I've given away a couple. So I guess
only fans that are as wealthy as
like
Kevin.
Raking profit level right here.
Dude, it's awesome.
It is.
They already are paying it. They're literally getting
the
a thing for free with what they're already paying.
Here's the thing.
It's awesome.
We're not going to tell you anything about Amazon. You're screwed if you try Amazon.
Wrap that?
Listen,
how do you ship a pin?
I'm just going to put it in an envelope. I'm just going to put it in an envelope.
Asked.
No, you find somebody that's going on a plane to the location to have them wear it.
Yeah.
But no, so like I said, if you do design one that fits the trash to cash lure and send it to me and we end up using it, or Carrie, because Carrie will see
jelly
the message.
hands. Somebody make a
like a jelly hands one or a 3 degrees one, or if you think of a good one, send it to me.
3 degrees.
Even if you're not at that level, I'll make sure you get a free one if you're in the continental.
Like
US,
a Reesel, maybe? Like a Reesel Weasel?
Yeah, or a Reesel Weasel. That'd be good. You can't actually use his logo, though, so you'd have to be a little careful.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, that'll be fun. I think it's a cool little perk. I'm going to add it to the Patreon tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to add it to my list.
It just says paulsmerch.com. I love it.
Paul's merch is getting a lot of bang for his buck.
He is. To be fair, he got nothing for a long time. I mean, just a couple of my stupid videos. They weren't worth much.
Yeah, he did comment on that video.
Did he? What did he say?
Yes, he did. I do not remember.
Whose merch, which was clever.
Paul's merch. That's awesome. But I've been I went on Paul's live. He did that really stupid show he always does with the
that is dumb.
That he begged me to do, and I finally did it.
It is really dumb.
And it's just such a dumb premise. But I was on there, and I even said, whose merch? And, like, everyone on the call, Paul's merch. I love how it's like a thing now. Did I win that show? I think I won that show, by the way.
Well, it was about
draft.
food?
Yeah.
You should. I couldn't. I was so sick I couldn't.
I gave him a suggestion. They're like, that was a stupid suggestion. I'm like, the whole premise of the show is dumb. I mean, objective. I mean that with love. I don't mean that meanly.
It's a dumb idea that people like.
The whole idea for the show is stupid, lovingly. Like
he did
love.
say,
I'm saying it because I care.
He did say the beard is gone for good. By the way,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can we tell him to stop acting like people think he looks like he's 17? He looks like he's 42 and divorced.
Well, we know
without the beard.
Divorced.
I just like he's had some stuff he's worried about.
Divorced, Carrie.
He did ask, when will Philly Flipper be a guest? Asking for a friend. We asked Paul to be a guest, and he said
he was
no.
a guest a long time ago, and then
we asked him to
come back.
And I asked him back. I asked him. Did you ask him?
Okay.
I asked him,
no,
and he shot me down. He said,
saying.
"Why would I want to be on that show?"
Yeah,
something sarcastic and snarky.
Yeah. Well,
so there, Paul. Take that. Although he probably won't want to be now that we've called him a divorcee. 42-year-old divorcee.
No, I feel like I say Paul can handle it. He'll be okay.
Carrie's just mad because Deathpaw got the invite to that and you didn't.
To what?
You didn't.
To what?
Paul's show.
I am a little upset about that.
No,
I did put lots of hints that I wanted to be on the show.
I watched the first few minutes until Mike made a dumb choice, apparently, according to all of you, and then I had to turn it off.
There was some really, I don't know, I was out to win. I wasn't out to, be all,
You were strategizing.
I was out to win. That's why, Carrie, one restaurant that really won me it was Pizza Hut. As best sit-down restaurant, that's the one that won me the show. Especially because they were all pushing back and saying Pizza Hut's not sit-down. And I'm like,
I'll be honest,
just went to a sit-down Pizza Hut.
I only cash my
Shouldn't
checks
used
at check cashing places that used to be Pizza Huts. If it's a
Dude,
yeah,
payday
that's
loans,
where I cash all my
actually,
checks.
We should talk about how payday loans can be used to succeed in reselling. That's a good idea.
Yes.
There's only like 300x interest, which is not bad compared to Kevin's loans and what
I don't even know what interest is.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hey,
Yeah.
see what I did there? Interesting.
Don't do those because I don't really know what they are.
Puns. Those are called puns. Those are called puns. They're punny. Okay,
Punny.
so Carrie's trying really hard to be cool. What is the gain? Like, what is the end game, the win of Gary V knowing you exist? Like, what is...
I don't know. That's a good point. I really don't know. That's just
like, is it really worth skipping our Dibit auction? I'm very passionate about Dibit.
It's a little too existential for 7 p.m., honestly. I'm still early for me.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just want that little shred of street cred. I want a RVA
how about
or whoever
exposure
to think
to
I'm
his
cool.
audience?
Oh, Kevin wants to expose
Especially a
himself
card
to Gary
audience.
V's audience. That makes sense.
Well, I'm talking about
haven't you
Gary.
exposed yourself
It's
enough to
an
enough
event.
people at this point?
It's an event around cards at the Super Bowl.
That hand gesture is not helping, by the way. He's all like...
It's a politician move. I'll try to keep it
Yeah,
level.
Bill Clinton.
Yes, that was a Bill
Political
Clinton
humor.
one.
There
That's
we go.
exactly right.
You had two of them that time.
Actually, Bob Dole did it, but Bob Dole did it like this. Just saying, because he
less
had a
to
deformed
hold
hand.
on to. Got it.
Yeah, it's just older. And
I think John McCain did that
Oh my
too.
gosh, I'm so
Recall.
I'm sure every man has done it at some point. Go on.
Oh, this is why little old ladies don't want to listen to this show.
We're going
Don't
to talk
blame them.
reselling. I sold
Hold
a
on.
card today.
Cool little old ladies do want to listen to it.
Yeah, the cool ones do.
Yeah, the cool
If
ones
you're-
want to. It's just the lame.
If you're a
Cheryl.
little old lady from
Cheryl is
Pasadena,
looking-
you're probably into this show.
Yeah. You know,
I
if
love
you're
that.
from.
I love that. Shannon Dean.
Does your mom listen to this, Kev? Does she know it
Okay.
exists?
I mean, she's heard me talk about it. Yeah.
My mom knows it exists, but she doesn't watch it at all. So I think it's
No,
this
she was
is
on
like
it.
really only for the most hardcore of resellers who have given up.
Here's all you need to know about the podcast. Dawn was an avid listener, and then she
Till
just
Kevin.
stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much till Kevin, and then she just stopped. She's
Pretty
like,
much.
and not even remotely interested, and she was very interested at one point.
Yeah. Well,
Kinda
maybe
like-
that's why the
It's kind of our
subcount
whole
goes up, but
relationship.
the
She was super into me,
views
and then
remain
now
the
I'm
same.
just here.
Do you think if we did
Can't get rid
if
of
we
you.
did trash to cash and like Kevin left, she'd come back, or she's just gone? She's just
I
done?
think
could
she,
try
I
it.
think she doesn't like
We could try
podcasts to begin with. She doesn't
Okay.
like listening to,
Let's start next
she likes
episode.
rooting for the underdog. She likes rooting for the
yeah,
underdog.
we're no longer the.
Yeah.
We are the Death Star. We are
We're the
what
de
do they call
facto garbage reselling podcast. That's what I was
We
saying.
are.
Yeah.
We are. We're at the top
No
of the
garbage
garbage.
reselling, but yeah, we're literally at the top, the precipice again.
We're the last. We're the last podcast to be dumped on top
Should
of all
we
the rest
wear our
of the
pins?
garbage.
Do you have your pin still, or did you lose?
No,
it?
I actually traded it in an
Lapel.
exchange with a.
Dude,
fellow.
you should see if you get a V friend from this. Be like,
Dude,
dude, we should sell this as
Dude,
an
I
NFT,
saw.
Kev.
I'm not even joking. I saw a dude get 7 one-of-one autographed Gary V friends this week. I'm hoping I get a couple. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you
I've
have
got-
some? Wait.
No,
did
I
you
just hope
buy
he gives
some?
them to me. I just hope he
Oh.
gives them to me.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
When you just say this to Gary, because he told me this, and I'm sure he remembers. When I was at VCon, he told me out of all these, 20,000 people, I had the best shirt of anybody. So just say, remember that
What
guy
was
who
your
had a
shirt?
Captain Lou? It's Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'll be like, you remember that
I
super
don't know who
old
that
dude
is.
in the Lou Albano
wearing-
shirt?
I was wearing Hey Dudes and socks. Remember that guy?
You wear
The thing
socks.
that's funny
with
to
haters?
me-
No, I don't, but I did that too. It was so freezing cold up there. Like, I'm going to have to put some socks on. Jacob's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, dude, my feet are freezing right now. So I took them out of my backpack and put them on.
The thing that I find funny about Gary Vee is every time I watch him as like time goes by and he gets older, every time I watch him, he's saying some older age is young. Right, so when I first started watching him,
That
he
is
was like,
true.
28 is so young. You're like a spring chicken. You got your whole life. Now he's like, 63 is so young. You have your whole life ahead of you. And I'm just waiting for him to be like, 99 is super young, and you can.
Yeah.
When you're
totally change the world.
123 grinding at the gym.
It's trying to get people not to quit.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
it's
no, he's
as
doing a lot better
he ages, he likes to just kind of push that number up and up and up, and I think it's pretty funny.
I think that's just
But-
human nature, man. Kevin's doing it right in front of our eyes.
He brings his dad along with him and does that. And he's an old guy.
Does
It's a good point. His dad's
Jack-
killing
yeah.
it.
Well, I went out to lunch with someone today who's 54 and retired, and he's like, I think I'm done with retirement. He's like, I think I'm ready to start my next career. I'm like, at 54, Gary Vee told me you're still young, and just go do it.
You should just be starting your first career. You probably should go to college.
Yeah.
How many do you think resellers, because I hear it all the time, they're like, I just retired and this is my new job and I love it and whatever. I feel like a ton of my audience are people that have just retired and they're reselling.
Yeah, well, you have a very old audience. That makes sense.
No,
mine are
my
usually
audience
in high
for
school.
the 50th time is
I'm
same
Gen
age
Alpha.
and same demo as you.
Most of his audience is upset that the radio doesn't pick up FDR's fireside chat. That was going to be a good joke until I flubbed it.
You did flub it. It was.
I did flub it. That AM. I got like 1 AM radio station around here.
Okay.
That's all I get. I used to love
Don
McLean.
This is what Kevin decided to bring up on the Trash to Cash reselling
AM
podcast,
radio.
guys.
Hey, I sold it. If you knew your 8-tracks, I just picked up an 8-track on my last video. That's like $275.
Watch the video, Kevin.
I just wish I cared about what he said, Carrie. I just don't know why I don't care. He just talks, and I don't.
There's just so many
noise.
He gets so many people just listening to him that he automatically thinks it's interesting.
Kevin's upset with me. Why are you upset with me?
There's zero sourcing. There was 2 sales around here. One was an estate sale.
Well, that's because it was freezing up there this weekend.
You're in Virginia,
It's
man.
55 today. But my point is that, you can just go out and pick anytime you want, and I can't do it. It's ridiculous. And you got good stuff to pick.
You got a Goodwill, dude.
A tote full of action figures? You kidding me?
Dude, I got 3 totes full of action figures, actually. Gen 1, My Little Ponies, all the good stuff.
I got dirty clothes at the bins today.
Nice. Oh, you went to the bins?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, how's your new schedule then?
Oh yeah, no, I'm off that hardcore. I'm back to just kind of. I want to get back on it. I got up at like 11. I feel okay with that. I need to get up earlier though. For a whole week I was getting up like 9:30, and like I would do all this stuff, and then it would be 2 in the afternoon, and I'm like, what's going on? What am I supposed to do?
That was just a hangover from East Coast time. Is all that was.
Well, I'm going back soon, so maybe if I just hang out on the East Coast long enough, or just around Dave enough and you, I'll be normal.
Maybe. So, Dave, didn't you do a whatnot like all day from the trailer with your mom, and then you turn around and did one the next day?
Do I need the 256 vision or the 1 terabyte?
I think if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get. You want the tera, dude. Yeah, you're not gonna.
What, Kevin? What were you saying?
Nothing.
It's so much money. I just wish it was $2,000 cheaper and I could justify it. I don't know if I can spend.
You just need to film some stuff using it, like for your content, right? And then there's a write-off.
This is what I was saying. Right? Like, if I could walk up to a yard sale and it could be the camera, I don't have to wear a GoPro, and it sees everything my eyes see. The problem is you move your head way more than you think you move your head, and it would be nauseating to watch the video. That's the problem. Yeah. Like, you don't realize it because your GoPro is like mounted, but your actual head, Kevin, I've seen you, Carrie, you're like at a yard sale. You're swiveling. So I think it would actually end up being terrible content. So it's probably not.
Well, unless you could control it, which you couldn't.
I can't.
See, I hold my camera. If you watch me, I hold my camera, and I'll just.
Kevin's got one hand on his fanny pack, one on his camera when
he's always touching something at a yard sale.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes and you watch these videos, and you listen. People will bend down and it's like looking at their feet, or they'll do whatever. Mm-hmm. So I just hold it almost all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, I did a container auction. I did 4 hours. And it was good. I wasn't prepared. I was running late. My tripod broke. It was kind of a nightmare. I didn't get anything
It was a ADH Dave whatnot.
But you know what? It was just chill. It was just chill. It was actually a lot nicer than the 8 hours. The 4 hours was like kind of relaxing. I didn't rush it. It's half the time, and like your feet don't hurt as bad.
How'd you do?
I brought in like after fees $1,200 or something. So, it's the thing is, if I have a good solid auction with really good inventory in my garage, I can do that in an hour and a half. But I don't always have the greatest inventory, and out there is like super stale stuff.
And your mom was finding stuff.
My mom was finding stuff, and she's got a terrible picker eye. Like, we all know it. She's bringing like
but
the
let's
worst
be
of the
honest,
worst up
she
there.
was picking stuff you already picked, so
the
problem, really.
And
that is true.
What was interesting to me, the most exciting part to me, was probably the fact that I was working through one of my electronic shelves. I have like 3 electronic shelves in there, and I was pulling out cameras, and like every camera I pulled out was working still. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And like, they were good cameras.
Somebody's gonna make some money on some of those.
Well, and I sold them, and I didn't like get full eBay value, but just the fact that they were working made me kind of excited. Like, I thought over the summer maybe everything would have gotten destroyed with the heat, but I had done a good job of taking out batteries, is what I've noticed. Like, I actually did do a good job of removing batteries from things. So a lot of those cameras, I'd run them and I'd sell them for like $40-$60, and they're maybe $100-$120 cameras. So that was pretty cool. Like, just to get that money. It's literally just sitting out there. That's the crazy thing about that, is just sitting out there. Go get $1,200. Just spend 4 hours out there, 4 or 5 hours shipping, $120 or $1,200. That's pretty good.
But after gas,
max ship. Yeah, after gas
to get there and back, you're in the negative. Correct.
True. What about ship, Kevin?
Well, I don't remember. Oh, shipping, $835 shipping.
Yeah.
So,
I still do that.
A show that long, did you have somebody that got like 20 things? Did somebody buy that? I mean, was there like a massive order from somebody?
I'm such a firm believer in the discounted shipping, because it allows people to, like, especially for that kind of show, they're at their day job. They want to, go to a meeting and then come back, and they already have unlocked free shipping. I think that's really powerful. I spent $112 to ship. So my cost to ship was $112 on that auction. And it would have been $0, but I feel like I would have sold less. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I wouldn't have. It's hard to say.
Close to balance out. Yeah. Well, that's what I talked about with Dibit. That's why I'm a little nervous about this, because I'm selling like good consoles, bunches of them, and I feel like obviously I can make more money on eBay, but I have just I pulled out 20 today. I didn't know I have. I have like 50 sitting in that closet in there.
Wow.
But just like you said, a long show like that, once they unlock it, they get it. But on Dibit, if you unlock it, one show, I'm going to do 3 shows in one day. And they all string together, even though they're separated. You could do 3 in 3 days, and they all string together if you haven't shipped yet. So I'm hoping that I don't lose my shorts on this.
That's the key. You just keep selling stuff. You never ship it out. People are always getting that discount.
Yeah,
it's just forever. Like I'll ship it next year.
You just have a tote for them.
I forgot. I got a tote full of Pokemon stuff at the flea market too, like '90s Pokemon toys. So I could sell those.
You're a Pokemon bro now.
I could be, yeah, and Dibit. I was trying to think. I just sold a ton of cool retro toys, but I've got that, so I think it's all right.
You're giving me some envy, I must say.
Okay, so Joy Campbell asked, she said, I'd love an update from Dave on quitting his job. Any regrets? I can't buy the Vision Pro. That's my regret. I told you, Joy. I want the Vision Pro, and I can't do ridiculous purchases like that when I'm, I don't know. I'd like to do the math and figure out if I've replaced my income. I feel like I have.
I was just gonna say. I feel like you.
I feel like I have.
I feel like you're at least close.
I think Dave's Destinations is what.
Think about that, y'all.
Dave's Destinations.
Think about that for a second.
Dead.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. I haven't been to the theme parks in a while. I'm going Tuesday. It'll be fun with my kids to the Mardi Gras thing. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do think I've replaced my income and more, really. But I'd have to do the math. I'm not really one of those people who accounts.
Sounds like a great video. Matt's Profit Pursuit says, "Wow, Dave has an Emmy and now is about to get an Oscar for that intro acting on his way to the intro acting."
That's like 5 episodes ago when we did the highlight episode.
What?
Yeah, you're way behind.
What are you looking at, Kev?
What am I looking at?
It's the wrong thing.
Dave does deserve an Oscar for that.
This is what I hate about you.
Because he had pooped himself and he didn't change. He just went through the whole thing.
Have you noticed, like at the top of your feed, I'm wondering how it affects it too, is there's that For You thing at the top now?
Yeah,
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I hate that thing.
Kevin.
Because you can't find the most recent videos unless you hit videos.
There's
some allegations, Kevin. There's some allegations over on the Patreon. I don't know if you've heard these or seen these, but from Trash Cat Rescue, I get the vibe that Kevin is leaving the show, and we'll just randomly do a pop in. Can you confirm or deny? Basing this off the vibes from Dave and Carrie's musical spinoff.
Yeah.
So do they think Harry Tornado's taking my place?
Harry Tornado. No way. Paul's merch is getting your spot.
Paul's merch has first dibs. In fact, if we can just give Paul's merch an hour and a half every week, that'd be good enough.
Kevin's not going to leave the show because he loves it.
I'm going to take over Paul's.
Kevin actually really likes the show
or whatever that thing is.
I mean, maybe he'll be gone like a specific week. That is.
I just
actually
talked to my wife for about an hour about this show.
Really?
Like, should I continue on with this? And she's like, I don't care. Just get out of my way. I'm trying to watch this show.
That makes sense. That's fair. I'm a little
It hurts
hurt.
my feelings. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Harry Tornado.
We're totally fine going back to 600 views a week, Kevin. If you need to go.
Yeah. We think there's too many views currently. I don't think.
Yeah, it's making me self-conscious.
The number
Dude,
one
you know
video
we bring in is over the years.
It's going to be just YouTube.
We bring in over the years, Tim over the years
Don't
when you leave.
tease him. He would love that.
He would love that. He'll be like, Kevin, leave. Kevin, please leave.
But y'all be talking about glass and reselling all the time. Plus, he talks about sports all the time.
I do
like
Oh, it sounds terrible. I want out. Let me out of the show. It's just Carrie and Tim. Actually,
we just never. That. Yeah, listen, but you know, I would never show up. Probably, if I was in charge, Tim would have to be in charge.
Tim, I want you to change your show to Authentic and the Beard and the Smelly, or something like that. Just bring Carrie in.
I have tentatively talked to.
The other guy.
It's his buddy.
It's his buddy.
Bring him into that show.
Yeah. I've talked to Tim about a sports card podcast a little bit. We've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kevin would say, Authentic, the Beard, and same shirt. That's Carrie's nickname.
I've got two
shirts in rotation. Just tell him Butthole McGee.
Yeah, exactly. Dawn was like, so we're going to Florida at the end of the month. We're going to the Peaches to Beaches thing. And Dawn's like, we can go get
Is
some.
Dawn coming?
Yeah, Dawn's going to come. And she's like, we need to go get some new shirts and stuff so Kevin doesn't make fun of you. That is what Dawn said.
Organization. I had you and Dave in the same room.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm excited for this idea of Carrie coming, right? I want him to come. But it's the end of March, right? Or the beginning of March.
But
the beginning
of
March.
Want us.
No, it's the beginning of March, right? And Carrie, I asked him, I'm like, have you got your ticket? He's like, no, I'm going to wait until like mid-February to buy my ticket. And hopefully the price doesn't go up. Carrie, the price will triple. Triple by mid-February. Just buy the ticket.
I don't know if I have the Kizak.
So is it $600? I'm sure you can scrape together.
I don't run on credit cards like you do.
Run a whatnot auction. Run two whatnot auctions.
Listen, you get Dave to use the trash to cash card. He buys the ticket, and then you find Dawn finds something awesome at the sale, and then we'll sell it right there from the trailer until that's worked. Dawn's gonna have to pony up here.
Yeah, I guess we could finance it. I really think your ticket's gonna skyrocket if you wait till after February 15th. I don't think it's a good idea.
I was trying to wait till I got
when
that.
When he said it, he didn't register, and then when I got off the phone, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not gonna work at all.
When's the coin back out guide money coming in?
Yeah,
dude, that's coming in this month. That's why I was waiting for the 15th. I mean, I have the money, but I also gotta I've got a lot of things brewing.
Put it on the card. Is your trash to cash card?
We could pay with the trash to cash card.
All
there's
these
money.
Don't put that in the podcast. That makes me look dumb. Stop it.
Yeah. Well, see if you don't have the funds, Carrie, we can.
I do, but if I spend those funds, then I don't have funds for other stuff. That's how funds work.
Like $1 cards. You'll have to buy 1,300 less 50-cent cards.
And I love to buy those.
Just put out one more wax pack opening video. I watched those the other day. Again, another one. I'm like, why am I watching these?
No, why don't you just say, oh man, I want to support my friend Carrie. I'm going to watch these. Why don't you think of it that way? I suffer through your videos thinking I just want to help Kevin.
Do you really? Why are you doing that?
Because 1 Foot Flipper hasn't been putting out enough content lately, so I gotta settle for something.
Dude,
I gotta settle for 2 Foot Flipper over there, Kevin.
What's wrong, Kevin?
What is that doing in my Hollywood Square here?
I'm just your Hollywood Square. That's such an old man reference.
Is this like a premonition?
Oh no, this is a little thing I'm selling on the side, guys. $50, your logo and Kevin's screen. Just saying.
Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We should do that. We should sell parts of his screen. That's brilliant.
My screen. Put it in your screen.
We'll do each one. Mine's $1, Kevin's $100, yours is like $50.
Yeah, I like it.
Just get like 40 people doing $1 ones for me.
Yeah.
$1.50 per. Yeah, cover the whole thing. That would be hilarious.
Oh, man.
Okay, no, but anyways, Carrie, we got to get you a ticket. Well, let's figure it out tomorrow sometime, like when you wake up at 2.
And I gotta get 2 tickets. Dawn's coming.
We gotta get 2 tickets. We gotta figure out how to get Carrie out here.
I will go. I was going, dude. I didn't say I was gonna wait till the 15th.
Too much money, I'm telling you. As someone who does air travel, it's gonna be expansive. So
it took watching 120 episodes of Trash to Cash to master being able to listen to all 3 of you at once, but I finally arrived. Yay.
It is like a Super Saiyan mode that our viewers get to where they can magically hear all our voices simultaneously. New viewers are just like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. But then everyone else is like, oh, sometimes they have to, like, when you zone into it.
Sometimes when you dedicate yourself lovingly to something for so long, you gain superpowers. Completely worthless, but super nonetheless.
And we're the only 3 people they can hear simultaneously. It doesn't work on anyone else.
No,
it's just us. Yeah.
It doesn't.
Okay, so Kevin,
that was Christina who left that message.
Oh, okay. So you didn't sell much, but do you have like a bonanza? eBay sale of the week?
Actually, I have 2, but I'm not going to mention them. They just sold because they're not out. They won't be out on video before this, so I'm going to wait.
What do you think is going to happen if you mention at 44 minutes in the Trash to Cash one of the sales? One of the sales you have. That's ridiculous.
Let me see if I can find it.
No one's going to watch my Flipper episode that they don't know when this item sold. It could be in 4 weeks that he comes out with that. Yes, we can see your thumb, Kevin. It's a beautiful thumb.
See that light bulb?
Yes.
Yeah.
$150 plus shipping.
What is it made out of?
It's like a really thick blow mold
kind of thing. Where'd you find that?
At a yard sale, literally a mile down the road from me, which there are never any.
What's the brand? Is it Empire?
No. Totally weird. It's Le Bulb is the name of the bulb. It's like a French or something, I guess. I don't know where it's from.
What did you pay for it?
The bulge.
$5?
I got him to say it.
$2.
You talked him down though, right? They wanted $5?
No, I had no idea what it was. I'm like, that looks cool. How much? $2. I'm like, I'm buying it. And I brought it home. And
you knew you were going to make a lot of money on that, and they didn't, correct? They didn't realize how much it was worth, and you kind of screwed them over a little bit.
Have you ever seen one? When you ever have something you've never seen before, it's like, I'm going to buy that.
Yeah. Well, so I have a question. I saw something I had never seen before, and I don't know. You probably won't be able to see it. Maybe I can adjust my camera. Yeah, you see the bottom of that blow mold up there on that top shelf? You see that the white circle?
Okay, yeah.
The bubble
mailers? It's a blow mold. No, it's a blow mold. It's literally a blow mold. It does look like bubble mailers, yeah.
I meant like bubble wrap. I'm an idiot.
It does look like bubble wrap, but it's actually the bottom of a blow mold. It's the Mary and Joseph, the very common Christmas Mary and Joseph, but they're not painted. Have you ever seen an unpainted blow mold?
Oh, it's like paint it yourself blow molds?
Was that a thing?
Gosh.
Maybe they took the paint off.
There's no need. You don't need to do that.
Let me go get something too, Carrie. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, let's do it. Okay. What do I don't have anything of
value.
Here,
let me show you.
I have nothing of value around me.
I have a black light from Thrifter Sifter.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Gosh. Do a tour, a black light tour around the cabin. Oh, yeah. It's
literally that popular blow mold cabin.
Well, you light it up and it's just lit up angelically, I think is the vibe it's going for. I don't think you paint it.
Okay. So it's like those Department 56s that are just like fully white. And not
maybe.
Yeah, that's what I bet you're right, Carrie. I bet you're right.
I am right.
So I got those Mary and Joseph for $20. I don't know if they're good or not, but I thought it was interesting that they were like total.
I do not
need more blow molds.
So you never do any Facebook Marketplace deals down there, do you?
Not
because
really.
that would be the kind of thing
in Florida,
the right time.
That's how you get murdered.
No,
yeah,
come on.
In Virginia, you can get away with it.
Maybe.
I'm gonna look it up. I never looked it up.
Did you see this? Did you see I released the 3rd generation anime?
Oh my
What's
gosh.
new about it?
Check it out.
Oh, it's got a different.
It took the
Wait,
color
that's
of the
weird
because
normally you would have bragged about all the sales.
Yeah,
so is it not doing well?
Yeah, it's not selling. Is the entry not as smooth?
Out. I only mentioned it. What? I caught that. Normally I don't catch this till afterwards. I only mentioned it on a Whatnot show so far. Hold on.
Oh, I found it, Carrie. It's not that amazing of a flip. Here, look, I'll show you. 80 free shipping. So I don't even know. Will I even make money?
Yeah, I don't think
I'm basically going to lose money. That's awesome.
You should probably sell that locally. I think he's right.
I think I'm going to have to.
What?
They're only 69 and 80 free ship, so I'm going to have to sell them local.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Failed. I suck.
Yeah.
See, I was right. I'm not right about the max sale tips, but I was right about that. So
I bet who's keeping score.
He is. He is avidly keeping score. It's like his little.
You're gonna write it down in the show notes.
Listen, you say all this stuff, but I sent. Well, I guess it was partly bragging too, but it was like
almost everything you've ever sent us.
Yeah, everything has been bragging. It's like, look how big this is. I'm like, it doesn't seem that big.
It's like
I was saying I was actually making. I was making some money.
On TikTok?
On TikTok,
Yeah.
and I sent it out, and I just wanted, because you guys make real money, and I'm like, look, I can do it too. All I wanted was for you to say, "Good job, Kevin."
Good job. I said good job. Good job.
I think
Kevin.
we should probably set
Guys.
like 5 minutes a show where we compliment Kevin.
Yeah, let's take a second. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is good. Let's do it. Let's let you go first, and then I'll say something nice about Kevin. Keep it down. We're gonna compliment you.
I feel like whilst you probably don't cook, if you were to cook, you would probably be a pretty good chef. I think you could cook a slice of bacon better than my mom. My mom used to put it in the microwave and it would come out a little burnt, and I feel like you could outdo her cooking.
Oh, your mom wasn't a good cook, huh?
She was a good cook, but her bacon game was, below par. And not only that, but I have the strong belief that you are probably pretty good at golfing.
Yeah.
And a decent lover. And that's
I would say that was I was going to mention the decent lover part too. I would say this. I feel like if you're
a generous lover.
No, I wouldn't say generous.
A selfish lover.
Selfish.
But I'm good at it.
Good at being selfish.
It's if you watched his videos, it's selfish.
I have no alcohol around me.
I feel like if your coach at Liberty would have ever played you, instead of just having you be a utility infielder, you probably would have been just only slightly below the Mendoza line with your batting average.
I was slightly above the Mendoza
One thing
line,
I can truly say about Kevin, that's a real compliment, 100% organic truth. Kevin, you are amazing at making money and extracting money from your viewers.
From everybody. Yeah, the way you take without really giving any value back is something that inspires. It inspires both me and Dave.
I can guarantee if I have 50 in my pocket, somehow Kevin will have 30 of it by the end of the day. I don't know how he gets it.
I have to see how far I can push this and still get free meals from Kevin. So I'm going to stop.
Well, listen, when y'all come up this direction later this year,
are you going to let us see your house this time?
Well, that's what I was saying. I was trying to talk to my wife. I'm like, I said, I was trying to figure out a way where I didn't have to rent some big old thing or something.
I'm staying with Brandon.
She's I know you are, but other folks aren't. I said, well, why don't I just give you the money I was going to spend on it, and you can go out and do something with your friend, and y'all can go somewhere for the weekend, and everybody take the house.
That's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, send the family away.
But then the kids got to go too, so Turner will want to stay. Anyway, can I tell my story?
Sure.
I just wanted to say
we were just complimenting you, but you can go ahead.
It's okay if you can't take a compliment.
So I mentioned it on the Whatnot. What happened? So we sold. I guess the show will be out with the new one. Will be out by it's Monday's show. This will come out on Tuesday. So hopefully we'll have more sales. But I said on the show, because we're down to just a few of these left. So what happened is these started selling like crazy because we're almost out of the second gen one, Animan. But
they call that fake scarcity, folks. Fake scarcity.
It's not fake.
Is it true that if they don't get the new one, the old ones don't work anymore? Correct. That is what I've heard.
No, they all work just fine. So there's 1 and 2, and then this one is like a morph of the 2.
And is ours in the mail, Kevin? Is ours in the mail?
No, I sent them to you last time. You know what you did, Dave? You sold it within a week.
Then purchased one. I then purchased one for full price. Stand by.
I want to take a moment for those who are just joining us for the first time on a podcast. This is a grown man holding up 3 Enema plushes, all of which he sold at exorbitant prices to his fans.
Exorbitant.
I still don't understand how this plush company. I have this theory, okay? This plush company keeps consistently making Kevin fantastic looking plushes.
They look great.
Me and Josh order plush from them, and they look like just horrible.
You have to be persistent.
Just horrible looking plush.
This is better. I'm telling you, the original one. These are better.
Yeah,
just better.
Me and Josh. Have you seen the Moe's plush? It's like something you'd get from a claw machine. I do not understand why it looks so crappy. And mine looks just as bad, so I can't.
It doesn't even look
trash.
like a dog. You show it to Kevin, he's not even going to register it's a dog. He's not going to get angry. Nothing's going to.
I got to put him in the place of this because I got to get my store pumping a little bit here. My dog, my cat wants in. Somebody wants in. Anyways, enough about plush enemas. Actually, I'm gonna look this up.
Okay, so can we talk about TikTok's new promoting thing that they're doing for the content people out there that are creating content? There is several people that watch the show that create content or attempt to, like Carrie. TikTok right now is doing this thing where if you post a horizontal video, like literally a YouTube style video, or a long form over a minute, they promote it. And I've experimented with it. Carrie, have you tried it? Do you have it turned on or turned off?
No, they never even gave me the option, but I don't ever mess. I don't want to mess with anything monetary wise.
Well, a lot of people are like,
if it's not
fear of making more money.
A lot of people
lose my monetization.
Okay, so here's what I did: is I left it on. Most people will see this in their notifications if they have a monetized TikTok. They'll see this in notifications, and it defaults to on. And what it does, I watched it very closely today when I was testing it. Right at an hour, it just super pumps your video. Like, I was refreshing, it was like 5,000 views, 5,000 views, 5,000 views. And it was doing it in like a minute and a half, right? And so my video went from like 1,000 views at the hour mark to 40,000 views. But then, I've been doing this for like a week, it stops, right? It pumps it for like a minute, but it pumps it to an insane level that like, you almost start freaking out. You're like, oh my gosh, it's going to go viral. But then it just stops at 40,000 views completely. And then you get the statistics for it. And the statistics make it incredibly clear that they're promoting it to people who could care less about this sort of content. Yeah. Like,
it's a waste of time.
0.07 seconds viewed on a 3-minute video is what I had in my most recent one.
So
like,
in the time it takes to swipe,
literally
if they're quick.
They're showing like they're not even showing it for the full swipe. Maybe they just had it like kind of sort of appear at the swipe, and they were all in the United Kingdom as well, which was weird. United Kingdom yards, it's just weird. And Carrie enlightened me to the fact that if you turn this on, you also don't get paid on those views. And what I've found is when this happens, even though I'm pretty confident it would do well, the video dies after that because all these people didn't show interest, like the YouTube algorithm.
See, I did a horizontal one, a full length 10, like an edit that I did of the the back out coin guy one. And it's at like 13,000 views with no pump, with no
I think
push.
That's fine. I think you can do it without the just.
But it's
turn
not
off
worth
the
my
pump
time
thing.
to even do that because it's only making a couple bucks. Why bother?
I think
so.
But
the real question is why? Why are they doing it?
Well, they want to compete with YouTube because they've added a new horizontal mode, Kevin, where you can now turn your phone.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I feel like the play. I mean, they can mess around with horizontal. I think the play is enticing creators to make vertical videos that are 10 minutes long. People like Don will sit and watch a good 10-minute video vertically. They will, and they'll do it for yard sales. They'll do it for anything.
Well, listen. Here's the thing about TikTok. That is what there's something successful about it. That successful thing is that you don't have to decide what to watch. It picks for you.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people who are like, just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to watch. I'm just going to swipe and maybe I'll find a video. And for me, like kind of seeking long form, what'll happen is someone will just be talking on a chair, sitting at a chair talking. And it's like, it happened to me today. I'm like, I don't want to pick up something on YouTube. I'm just going to swipe. Boom. Something comes on about Amelia Earhart and where they found her body. And I'm like, I'll listen to this. And it's like 8 minutes long, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just put it on and work while I listen to that. And, like, that is kind of TikTok's play. I don't think horizontal is necessary. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
matters.
Dawn will literally take one of these, the stands, put her phone on it while she's shipping, and then just scroll. And then if it's a 3-minute discussion on whatever's interesting, whatever's happening.
How many people are putting 30-second, 15-second TikToks out anymore?
It's dying a lot.
Yeah.
I was occasionally when I'm going through like my comments and stuff, I'll get a comment from one of my old videos from a year, 2, 3 years ago.
But see, they killed it on purpose.
No, I think it's smart though.
When they did the beta thing where they allowed longer form videos, they did that on purpose. They killed it on purpose, and it's for advertising.
And it makes no sense if you're actually really trying to create content for TikTok to do anything less than a minute, because that's the only thing. It's the only amount of time that you'll get paid for.
The future thing wasn't the case, but
it was vertical. It was more vertical than short, is what the future was. It kind of changed from being just super short to being.
And I've been putting those. I agree with you. So I've been putting those TikToks where I've had relative success on my Facebook, and they've been killing it. Minute and 1 second videos. They've been absolutely killing it on Facebook.
I think people are just really happy that it ended so quickly. They're like. I want to support him, but this is the amount of support I want to give.
Dave can't put his new TikTok formula over on
I know.
Facebook. He'd lose all his
It's
stuff.
messed up. I don't really appreciate it personally. He's attacked me several times.
Especially
I got a good one too that I got to
when
release.
Carrie's being attacked by the very same genre, Butthole McGee.
I love the comments though on these videos. I'm doing some reseller like reactions where I'm trolling other resellers. They're not doing that great unless TikTok just randomly promotes it and doesn't pay me. Which, by the way, the promoted views they give you, you do not get paid, even if they get a minute view. But that's a whole nother reason not to do that thing.
You were putting out ones that were killing it before they started that stuff. You were getting paid for that stuff.
Yes, I got paid for the first couple before they started this thing, and I didn't realize it was turned on. Now that I've turned it off, I'm hoping that I get some more that hit. But like, those are like, people are in there and they're like, dude, you used to do this. Why are you talking trash? Or like, this guy can't get views, so he's stealing other people's videos. It's
my favorite one is when you're ripping on your own video and you don't even say it's your own video. That's my favorite one.
Listen, I don't think people fully understand what we're talking about here, but you want to see 3D chess, 4D chess at its best.
Yeah.
And how people react on TikTok. That is
I don't even know if people get the Butthole McGee thing. That's from Heckin' Steve. I'm Heckin' Steve famous now. I'm the Phoenix Ruler now.
Well, on our last episode, we said we wanted him to do that video, and magically it happened. I wonder how that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did a reaction to my own video. And these are the comments in the own video. Some nanny figured it out. She says, a reseller reaction to your own video? Because literally I'm just making fun of myself in the video, right?
I love that, though.
And then someone said, I don't know why you drifted off making these videos with so much negativity. You do the same thing, and these reactions are super hypocritical.
And Carrie
they can't figure out jokes.
The comments is trying to be like satire.
You have, Steph said, you have so much hate in you.
Yeah, that was it's true. That is true, though.
What's funny is when you make a reselling video, people hate on it because it's reselling.
I feel like they just hate you. Because they like reselling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to take
doing videos on your own videos, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning is, and like, don't take offense to this, Dave, but I don't think they like you as like a person. You know what I mean?
Of course not.
No, don't take offense to it.
You did one on me.
That's why I'm doing it on TikTok, because I don't care what they think. The best one, and the best one,
funniest part about it.
The best one that I think brings up a discussion point is someone commented and said, yeah, man, I agree. If I ever see someone at a yard sale, because, you know, I'm their friend. I also hate resellers in this world. Yeah, dude, I agree. If I ever see a reseller at my garage sale, I triple the price.
Yeah, which is bull.
They said no. They said, so let me be more clear. He said, if I ever see a reseller scanning barcodes at my garage sale, I triple the price. So what do you think? Do you think we should hide the barcode scanning?
I just do it. I don't care. I mean, I'm not.
Are we paying more because we're scanning?
And tell them what it's
I don't even bother
because the situation's right. I do it.
I always assume that Rakin's mom's been there before I've been there, so I don't even bother scanning books.
I'm trying to like throw out a real topic that might be useful. Like,
that's exactly right. I'm trying to get into it.
The jokes are good, but I'm just saying, like, legitimately, is this a concern? Like, are we
because there's a lot of people
looking
who watch
things
this
up
show,
at yard sales, costing ourselves money? I think it's a
are we
serious
ruining yard
sales? Yeah. What do you do? So when I'm at a yard sale, half the stuff I've bought 50 times, so you don't need to, right?
Yeah.
But there's always those items. It's like, you know, look at the price. If the price is cheap, just buy it anyways. But if the price isn't cheap, you got to know something, right? I didn't have to look up that light bulb. It was $2, right?
Yeah.
You know, you
so
don't got to do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would look stuff up. If somebody's charging $20 for something I think is maybe worth $100, I'd look it up. I might not be like, I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to like take, my uncle used to say this. He's like, oh, I take a picture. I go back to the car. And I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my time.
I do that.
At the same time, I'm not going to hide it, but I'm not going to be like.
This comment had a lot of thumbs up.
With it.
A lot of thumbs up. Like, hey, this is a great idea. I'm going to start doing this. Like, I just think
that doesn't mean anything.
I know it doesn't mean anything. I just think it's an interesting idea that, like, you were going to charge $20, but then you see Kevin scan the barcode, and when Kevin asks you, you say $60. Now,
nobody's doing that. If one out of a 1,000 people is going to be like, "Oh, I'm charging you more,"
which, by the way,
really?
Carrie, you know the end result, right? You're just not going to sell it.
Yeah, you're just not going to sell the book if that's your goal.
Yeah.
Fine.
No, they might sell it at that price to somebody else because if they're trying to charge you triple, nobody.
Yeah, but
somebody's got $20 on something and they're like, "No, you got to pay 60." I'm not paying it. No,
I don't care what it is. If it's $20 at a yard sale, it's too much. I don't care if it's an old Camaro. If it's an old Camaro, it's too much.
It's
got to be 20
4
or
times
less.
his limit. 4 times his limit at 20.
20's way too much, man. I don't even need to know what it is.
I don't know. I just think it's interesting, and obviously, like we can go on and on about how that's really short-sighted, and they're going to lose the sale. And they're probably not going to sell it. They're going to probably bring it back inside. But I think the concept as someone hosting a yard sale, and this is an interesting idea, is you could say, okay, they scanned it and then they said they wanted to buy it. I'm going to triple the price and I'm going to sell it myself on eBay, because obviously that's a good item. That's an interesting thought. I don't think they're thinking that way, but it's an interesting.
They're not
thought.
going to sell it.
Yeah.
They're not going to sell it.
Yeah.
But I have been with some people. You know, if somebody thinks something's worth money, it's like, oh, now I want that thing because they know what they're talking about. I got to get this dog out of here.
Yeah, sure, it's a dog, Kevin.
Yeah, he's going to get the dog out of there. Time for Wallen number 13.
Another dead dog. He can't go an hour without killing a dog, guys.
Gosh, the violence just doesn't stop with Kevin. I know, but you know what? I think Kevin's a great guy, though.
Be here? Oh, I mean, sorry, what? Kevin just took the dog out.
The dog is no longer with us.
And guess who came in while the dog came out? I can't get anything done.
I don't sell at garage sales anymore due to people making so much money. It's not worth the risk. The
risk of people making money? What?
The risk.
That's right. Think about that.
There you go.
So someone said, what does that even mean? And he responds, it means I used to sell at yard sales until I saw these videos. I stick to eBay now.
Well, that's smart.
Right. The risk is he won't get maximum dollar.
This person is full of it. If they sell on eBay, they would have already looked at that's bull. This person either doesn't sell on eBay or they don't do garage sales. One or the other.
Kevin, all TikTok comments are 100% honest. How dare you?
If you're in Florida, you could any of your stuff you've put on eBay and that didn't sell because it wasn't a good pick, just put it out for sale. Dave will find it.
Yeah.
Dave will overpay for it.
Well, listen,
and then he'll sell it a year from now in a whatnot auction.
Yeah, go back to Dave's story at the beginning, right? He's like, win, 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 right? I bought this for $75 and I took this off and I made this, and those people are going to make money that bought it from you. But the guy who sold it to you is making money on that too. They bought it out of some storage locker somewhere that they auctioned off, and he's selling that whole locker. He's making money on this. There's so much money to be made in the whole process, 2-3 steps later.
It's true.
Eventually it runs out.
A good deal, but everybody along the way to the end buyer makes money. Everybody, until it gets to the collector or whoever needs
the
it.
End buyer
the loser collector pays max like Heck and Steve. Suck it,
until we get Heck and Steve to pay full price.
Heck and Steve doesn't believe this stuff Heck and Steve.
I know.
You think Heck and Steve believes this
like
stuff
Heck and Steve has never sold anything in his life.
Exactly.
Right. He never traded something.
How dare you accuse Heck and Steve of that?
Actually, come on, you know it's true.
What I love
is smart.
Okay. What I love is
what
like
Dave's doing.
Yeah, Dave is smart. I agree. What I love is the reselling videos at the flea market. Everybody's saying, I hate, resellers at the flea market. They're ruining everything. And I'm like, bro, there wouldn't be a flea market if there was no resellers. The people selling you stuff are freaking resellers, man.
Exactly.
They didn't just magically get this stuff and bring it to you.
They need to make money too. I'm like, they're making money. They wouldn't have sold it if they're not making money.
Well, they could be.
Or it's a sunk cost, like Dave. I'm just going to get rid of it because I made a bad purchase.
Well, yeah, Kev, they're not necessarily making money. If it's just like my sister going out there and selling, but they're still a reseller. They're reselling the item they bought, yes, at a loss, but they're selling it. And so everyone's a reseller. So I had this idea, Kevin. And it's just a right now idea. And generally, as someone with ADHD, any new idea is the best idea in the entire world, and there's never been a better idea.
I've noticed.
Never been a better idea. So, Biggs Collectibles said, can you discuss Dibit and how sellers can schedule lives? Is that a feature for all sellers, or do you need to approve? He's choking the dog. Sorry, guys.
No, the cat's got some serious
the
claws.
chicken.
All right, go
okay,
ahead.
so this is the idea. I feel like maybe we should just go in and approve everyone to sell live on Dibit. All the sellers just freaking approve them, and then we can just have strict rules and if they break them, they lose their privilege, and just let them try it. Because I think the whole
if you want to sell live,
just do it.
Matter of fact, if you put in your application over there that you want to sell live, Well, I don't know. That's getting a little.
I think we're
going to have to approve
literally
a lot of people.
In
just
the past,
everybody.
approve everyone that's currently a seller for live and get it moving, get people doing stuff, get people selling. Because I think like
that's what's working over there.
It's too much of a headache to like train them and onboard them. And we've got some videos they can watch and they can just try it and see how it goes and learn as they go.
Or they can call up OBX Picker and he'll teach them for a small price.
And I think we just need to turn it on.
A good idea.
I think we need to just turn it on and just be like, hey, everyone's approved.
By we, I mean Carrie does it.
I can work on that. I can work on that. But and then
tell Ivan to do it.
Just tell him like, listen, if you break the rules, you're gonna lose your privilege. But
you do know that people will break the rule. I mean, they're gonna be selling like crap that's not even in the niche, right? I had to delete a shirt. I'm like, I had to delete stuff. I'm like, what don't you get about it? Pop culture, 80s, 70s, 90s, whatever, early 2000s, and I'm getting dishes in there and stuff. I'm like, whoa. So I will say this: if we do that, because we're gonna have, a lot of people selling on the live shows that might not necessarily get into that niche, right? Then we gotta boot them.
For selling some, well, not if it's like one item, right? As long as they're like
but
primarily
somebody's gonna get on there and sell a bunch of, I don't know.
Underpants,
something that doesn't fit our category, old books.
Well,
we're doing an old book show
today. We can talk to them. I don't think we'd ban them right away. I think I was more concerned. I was concerned more about like, literally, I can go into their stream and talk to them directly while they're running it and say, "Hey, you're selling the wrong stuff."
Just like the voice
and embarrass them. So yes, I can do that.
Shame. I'm all.
Shame is all. I'm all about shame. But no, my theory is like. My concern isn't that. My concern is breaking other rules, like selling things that are prohibited on the website completely, or flashing your boobs, Carrie.
Okay,
like you
but
like
any
to do.
kind of training is going to stop that, right?
I'm just saying those are the people we'd ban. The people that are breaking like the actual rules. Like if they're gonna every now and then sell.
I can't be banned because I'm co-owner, so I'm good to go.
You're Coner.
On whatever I do choose that. I'm okay. I can do it.
I did see, though, in Knickknacks, there was a blurb that came out the other day that's like, please don't sell counterfeit goods and whatever. And that just came out on Knickknacks, so somebody must have been doing something over there. So I'm just saying. But that's fine. Hey, if I was good with it, they're good with it. I'm good with it because I think that's the play. We're bringing the audience is growing. It's 2,100-ish, something like that. And if you go live over there, there is an audience. It might not be massive, but it's bigger than your first live on Whatnot, I promise.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try it.
I think we should do that. I think we should do that.
That could happen?
And we probably, I've been approving a lot of people for Dibit, Kevin. It seems like you're really slacking.
I approved probably 20 last week.
I have, in my defense, kind of forgotten we still do that, but I will get back at
it. I love you, Gary.
Yeah, me too.
It's good stuff.
Okay, so
I'm just being honest.
Carrie, we've all talked about sales. I talked about selling that.
Yeah,
stitch.
you ready to hear my sale?
What is your big thing? You got a moment?
I think my big thing. Listen, speaking of big things, I think I found this. To be fair, it's usable. Fornacetti. Apparently. Okay.
I got a backpack sale.
Okay, well, there we go. Go ahead and interrupt me.
Yeah.
No, I figured I thought you were.
Swipe it.
I thought you were.
This is my actual proving I'm a reseller. I found these, or no, Don probably did, but it was a Fornacetti silk tie. We got it in a lot. We paid like 10 cents per tie, and you guys know ties usually are not that good. But these were owned by a guy who used to work in the casinos here in Vegas and like had fancy ties. We sold it for $70, and this is not the first one we've sold for a lot of money.
Wow.
We've sold like 3 or 4 in this range already, and let me tell you, the $70 is a lot of money for me. I'm very excited about it.
Maybe you could buy a little piece of that plane ticket, buddy. Hot dog.
So I've got a question for you, Dave. So have you ever had an item? Because I had an item that just died for me, and I said it last week that it sold on Bonanza, the Woodwick wax melts.
Yeah.
We sold them $54 or whatever. So I hadn't sold one of those in months. They were selling, then they stopped completely. Then I sold one, and then sold one on Bonanza, sold another one, and sold another one. So how does something just die for 3 months, no sales
Someone's
whatsoever?
Someone's got a lower price than you.
No, I don't think that's it. I think that well, maybe, but I think the algorithm Krylov, you know,
Krylov,
is
man,
that
I
item,
Krylov.
you know, eBay starts to like bury this thing. There's no, you know, tons of views,
The
no
servers
sales
could have
on
been
this
down.
thing. And then no, I'm serious for a second here. Tons of views, no sales. So they kind of start pushing it back. And then all of a sudden,
all the time.
You get a sale, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we should show this item.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Maybe.
Am I
That
crazy?
does happen. That does happen. Like in sports cards, for example, if you have like 5 of one card, like a quantity, if you sell one, it has happened where you'll sell several right after, even if it was dead for a long time. So I think the algorithm
because there's no
does do
reason.
that.
But see, in cards, I could see that being there's a reason. Like, why did that card sell? Maybe there was something going on that made that card sell, and then it sold like crazy. But wax melts, I don't think that would be the case.
They were selling
But
wax
maybe.
melts at the flea market yesterday. Homemade ones. They smell good. Carrie, what did you say you sold the tie for?
$70,
Dang,
70
that's a lot.
USD.
I was looking.
Man,
I was
sold
scrolling
ties in a
through
long
some of my
time.
sales. A big one is that Sony sealed CD player I got from Donna, sold for $279.
Yeah, you kind of like just like really
Yeah.
were mean to her until she gave you free stuff.
Well, you didn't even give her a big shout out on the show.
Yeah, I didn't
actually
feel like you
watched
did.
that Flipper show, Dave, and you're like, yeah, I got it from her. You should have been like, she was awesome to me. What
I
a
did in the
great
episode
person.
prior.
Okay.
Do I got to do that every episode?
I'll
every
forgive you.
single time.
No, I would.
Okay.
I think Ivan every time I sell an
Yeah,
ET
Kevin
shout
has.
out
There's no end to how far Kevin will pander. He will pander
I,
until the end of the road.
Okay, it's called being nice. To people.
Another one that
Tomato.
could be something people don't know about. Although Kevin, I'm sure knows it. Carrie, you probably both of you know this about this, but it's a bolo if you're a new reseller. It's colored pencils, used
Yeah, I've got
used
some
colored
right there.
pencils.
Can you see 'em?
This set sold for $70 in like 10 hours.
Wow.
For this Prismacolor set, and I paid $1 for it or something like that.
Some of them suck though. By the way, don't just go out picking up. All
No, it's got to be like
sets.
Prismacolor
Yeah.
or some sort of high end brand. A lot of them.
I've
are
got
worthless.
vintage ones. Some of the vintage ones. See that right there? That's colored pencils right there.
Oh, really? What are those
But
worth?
they've been sitting there for a while. No, they were like a quarter.
Yeah, they're
so I
not
picked them
good
up. They're
unless
like
you feel the
15
lead
bucks.
entering your veins. That's when you know it's a good vintage colored pencil.
All right, so let's
Yeah.
talk Trash to Cash Health Fest 2023. 2024.
Ooh, all right.
2023 already happened, and then we failed, and now we're into a new year. So
You're OMAD.
Kevin's been on a diet. Are you still on it? You were on a diet when we saw you in Orlando.
I was on a diet before I got to Florida.
And
when I got
we
back,
ruined it.
I gained half the weight back in Florida. Half of the weight back.
That's
I
the best
blame
way to
Dave's
start.
And Del Taco.
It's the best
You
way to
didn't even
start
eat any
a
Del
diet.
Taco.
I ate Del Taco twice.
Oh, the
Once
time you went with
you.
me, you just had like one bean burrito.
Yeah, and you were sassy about it. I remember. And then you
He was
left
like,
in a helicopter.
I hate Del Taco.
Yeah,
Get my
whatever.
helicopter.
You were
and fly out
sassy
here.
in my video.
Yeah, he's a little sassafras.
Oh, jeez.
And Carrie, how's your diet going?
No, I've been.
Hey,
No, well, I've done okay. I'm not eating as much as I usually eat. I'm watching what I eat. I ate 2 meals at home today, so that was pretty good. I eat out a lot, which is just a problem because
Carrie,
I don't
I
like to
sold
cook.
I sold an O.J. Simpson jersey, Carrie.
Like a
Nice.
Buffalo Bills one or a
49
49ers?
plus shipping.
Did you
This
sell it
was
'cause
weird.
It,
It
didn't
has the
fit?
Buffalo Bill. I was a little scared about this one, to be honest with you.
90s
Naked
joke.
Gun.
Pretty good.
It's a
That's
funny
pretty good.
movie and not related.
Naked Gun.
Except O.J. Simpson was
Yeah,
in it.
he's
The
the
guy
dude
to
from
do
the
with
Hertz
that.
commercials, right, OJ?
Oh my gosh, you should have seen how embarrassing this was. I was in the shipping container, and someone comes, and I'm doing my auction. Someone comes in the whatnot. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Apollo Creed died." I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
that boxer guy. I think I watched him in one match."
On
like,
Happy Gilmore.
no, I was like just going off about how Apollo Creed fought Holyfield one year. Like, it was like I know nothing about sports, but I just have this weird false memory that he was a real person. And he was not, guys. He was just from the Rocky movie.
Yeah,
and they
well,
finally told me
Predator.
Carl
He was
Weathers
a real
died.
person.
Which if they had just said Carl Weathers, I would have been like, oh, the guy from Arrested Development. Fine. That's fine.
Happy
He was
Gilmore,
good in that
man.
movie.
Happy Gilmore.
And new commercials. Wasn't he doing commercials like just recently
Wasn't
too?
he old in Happy Gilmore? Has he been old for
Yeah.
like 40
Yeah,
years?
dude.
How old
Dude,
is
that
he?
movie came out in
Dude,
1970.
do you know Morgan Freeman hasn't been 86 for 40 years? He's 86 now, but he wasn't
Oh my
86
gosh.
30 years ago. I thought he was.
Carl Weathers is only 76, so he really wasn't even that old when Happy Gilmore came out.
Yeah, he was like in his 40s, dude.
He
No.
looked, yeah,
40s?
Dude, he was when Happy
When did
Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore come out?
That's
the
Hey,
thing,
Happy
Dave.
Gilmore
The
didn't come out.
90s.
Yeah,
The
90s.
90s.
So if we're
how old is he now?
76. Well, he's not. He's no age.
77 before his
1996 it came out, so it came out freaking 30 years ago.
This is the thing we have to realize. We're our
he
whole
would
life.
Be how old?
Like your age in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
No, he was 4. Do the math.
Why are we doing the math, Kevin? Okay, 76.
90.
Divide carry the 2. He was in his 40s.
It's your age, Kevin.
I'm not 49.
40. He would have been 48, Mr. Math.
48.
But you're like what? 46.
You're like a year and a half away.
47 in 2 months.
So he's literally Kevin's age, and for some reason he looked so old in that movie. It's weird.
That's what I'm saying. We're starting to get to that age where, like, our whole lives we're like, we're Adam Sandler and we're that age. We're 20, 30s-ish.
Well,
now we're the old people. Now we're the old people in those movies.
Speaking of Frasier, which apparently is old, I'm watching the show, and in that show, he's 41. I'm like, you tell me that dude's 6 years younger than me in that show? He looks way older than me. People don't age like that.
I think they looked older. Why would that be, though? Why would we all of a sudden look?
I think people accept. You know what it is? It's
all those delicious processed foods are making us younger.
Yeah, maybe.
And the statin drugs and all those delicious treats. Lisinopril,
injections and all the stuff you guys do to stay young.
Dude,
it's the boba.
Should I get some Botox?
It's the boba.
Should I get some Botox? Yeah. Boba boys.
Boba boys.
You gonna get the Botox? Dye your hair?
Dude,
I will dye my hair.
You've gotten a lot of gray hair recently, Dave. I've noticed.
I will dye my hair eventually.
Mine's gotten aggressive. Kevin is obviously using like Perks Plus or whatever the heck dyes
anything. Tony Sullivan says, Kevin, you look so young without that hat.
Dawn is 100%. Dawn is going to die on the hill that you dye your hair. Dawn is.
I do not
she
dye
does
my hair.
believe it. She believes
she
it.
100% believe. We've seen you up close, and it's way too perfect. You have no gray hair at all, Kevin.
I have a little bit of gray.
Yeah, and you dyed it, and now it's gone.
Yeah,
I got a little bit of gray.
You dyed it, and now it's gone, and that's just how it
works.
works.
How hair dye works.
Kevin, you want to tell us what was your best sale over on Mercari this week?
Mercari, a Liberty University shirt.
How much?
$15.
And Carrie, did you have another big?
No,
Mercari sale?
I had 2 sales. One that I canceled, and one was for the mirrors that were not in fact new like I thought, and they got returned. So 0 technically. It's like Poshmark where I just give up.
9 days.
I did cancel a Poshmark order today. I did cancel a Poshmark order.
There is
sold on eBay.
Honestly, it's like you're going out, but you don't want to go out. There's no greater rush than canceling a Poshmark order. Like 6 days after they ordered it too. Like they're waiting for it, and you just
and they're like super sad. And Poshmark just gives you that little message where they're like, "This is very inconvenient for the buyer," and you're like,
"Sorry, you're not getting your $12 Elmer Fudd T-shirt."
It's sold Friday. This item sold on Mercari on Friday, and I got an email on Sunday saying, "Have you shipped it yet?"
Yeah,
like it's sold on Friday. If something sells on Friday afternoon or whatever, I don't ship that stuff till Monday.
They're annoying about that stuff. I did sell a $100 speaker on Mercari, so that's something, and a $30 plush on Posh. So look, cross listing, guys.
Cross listing, list perfectly. American arbitrage,
and it apparently took the eBay sale down. Apparently on Poshmark. Oh wait a minute, it didn't happen, did it?
What do you mean?
You said you sold it on Poshmark, but it was on eBay.
It's because Callie listed. So Callie's been doing my cross listing, my 9-year-old, and she cross listed that after it had already sold onto Posh, the item that sold. So that was just when you have a 9-year-old working for you.
If you guys are watching this video,
okay. So just more truth. Dave has his children actually working for him.
Yeah.
Dave has a lot of money. Dave is probably also a swinger. Just saying.
We can have goals.
Not also a swinger, but I mean also as.
If anyone would know if Dave's a swinger, it would be Kevin. That is true.
Kevin.
Kevin.
What was I just talking about? Poshmark? Oh, vending. I'm making notes from.
I will say this: it's Tuesday. If you're watching this, all of those items that Dave just said sold on different sites, they're still available on eBay. So go buy them.
Valid point.
Hey, check this out. I sold Smashing Pumpkins cassette. 2 of them without a case, without any cover art or anything like that. Got $15.
In spite of your rage. That's interesting.
I am still just a rat in a cage.
I got another one. Here we go. Siamese Dream, the Smashing Pumpkins with the cassette, with that not sealed, sold for $25.
That cassette came with the cassette.
No, I mean it had the other cassettes were just the cassette only. this had the cover and the case.
$25. Have you ever had a customer who like aggressively wants to do a return and refuses to actually try to figure out how to request a return on eBay? It's not even like a not wanting to send it back, but they're like, I need a refund. I don't like the item.
Why don't
I
you
want to return
find
it.
the instructions for it?
I did, and I sent them that. I sent them instructions.
And they still
were giving me a hard time, saying they couldn't figure it out, that they just want a refund, and they're fine with sending it back, but they're not willing to use the eBay return process.
Yeah, tell them yeah.
Tell them yes, just send it back, and then just keep their money, keep the item and the money.
It's the Commonwealth way.
Hey, listen, I know, good grief, I would send it back. But so, Dave, what do you do on Whatnot? I've heard you talk about this before. Sometimes you just send money on PayPal.
I found out there's a way to turn off messages on Whatnot. Problem solved.
Yeah. Well, Josh is the. Josh is like, oh, I never look at messages. I'm like, really?
Dude, he disabled. You can disable your messages on Whatnot, which honestly, I think that this may sound like bad customer service, but I want to tell you guys, Whatnot does not, as a seller, give you any power to do anything. You can't do refunds. You can't do partials. You can't set up a return. You can't, as a seller, you have no power to do anything on Whatnot, which is very frustrating. That's one of the reasons Dibit is nice. Although you can't actually message the seller on Dibit, which is a frustrating thing. But
you can message us and we'll talk to them.
They've got messaging, but you literally can't help the customer. And what you have to do is tell the customer, reach out to Whatnot, and then they think you're just like shoving them off. And so I think the idea of shutting off messages on Whatnot might be the best thing for the buyer, because then they're going to have to go do the right process. Whatnot will take care of them right away. They'll get their refund. They'll get a partial refund. They'll get their order count, whatever it is. They'll
Dave, this is the second great idea you've had. I think I'm going to do that.
There's nothing you can do. You're just wasting your time with Whatnot messages. Not only that, when you turn off Whatnot messages, those shows people share with you all the time, you don't get those messages, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
Oh man, the ones where they tag you in it?
No, you still get the tags, but there'll be people that actually send you a show like, hey, come to my show, because you can like do mass emailing or something, and that won't happen anymore, which is kind of nice. So I don't know.
I get those. I don't know if you get them. People tag you and stuff, and all the time. Obviously, you do, because you just said it. But I get so many every day. But every once in a while, I get guilty, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go support somebody.
Yeah.
But you're saying this will be off. But listen, people are listening now, so they're going to go do it, and then they won't get the alert for your show.
No, it's not. So you still get those. The ones you don't get is like when someone emails you someone or message, because people will message you someone's show. You don't get those. Which is like, it's not, you still get lots of notifications about shows. It just lowers it a little bit. But that's not really the reason I did it. The reason I did it is because I was like, okay, so here's what happened. And this person might be listening, but I'm just going to tell you to go to Whatnot for this problem, because I want you to understand how difficult this was for me. I sold an item out of the shipping container. This was like my first shipping container auction, early November. And it was these Star Wars sheets. And like 2 of the sheets were in great condition. Apparently when she got it, the 3rd sheet had some dry rot, which I didn't know. I wasn't aware. You know, I'm running and I'm selling things really fast, so I wasn't aware of that. She messages me and I say, okay, well, you know, there's not much I could do. Give me your PayPal and I can send you some cash. You know, I think she paid like 60, and I was like, how about I give you 20, right? Which is like 1/3, because one of the sheets was broken. She doesn't write back. And first of all, you're not supposed to do that, because then I paid fees on the full 60, and I'm giving her $20 back, and it's not the right way to do it. There's no tracking of it or anything like that. So it's just a mess to try to do it that way. But I was like, whatever, I'm willing to do it. I want to try to help the customer.
To do the right thing.
Right?
Yeah.
She doesn't respond. She responds when we're at the Trash to Cash Bash, like over a month later.
And so you didn't see it.
And says, how about 40? It was like 2 months later, and she says, how about a $40 refund? And I'm just like, I don't even want to give you the 20 anymore. It's been 2 months. Like, we should have dealt with this back then. Like, this is so, for all I know, you've already sold it for 80 on eBay. Like, it's just weird. And if she had just reached out to Whatnot support in the first place, they probably would have given her a partial refund or, you know, done something for her. But me at this point, like, I couldn't have done anything in the first place. I was just going to kind of bend the rules and do it, because Whatnot doesn't want you doing that. And I don't know. I just think the Whatnot support, like, you don't really get to do customer support as a Whatnot seller. That's all.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah,
I agree. The whole shipping thing, you're not in control. There's so much, but I like that idea too, because I can't even keep on my stinking emails. I'm getting emails that are pissed that I'm not getting to my emails. I'm like, I can't. I
don't really get. I get basically no emails. No one emails me, which is kind of nice.
It's because you don't respond. That's why they don't email you.
Well, they don't. Maybe they don't think I respond. They've never emailed me because I actually usually do. I think I've gotten like one email in the last 6 months.
Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet it's because you don't advertise that email on every thing. See, I put it out there; it's everywhere.
Yeah, I don't.
Which is probably a bad idea.
I go to farmersonly.com one time in 2011, and I'm still getting those emails.
Yeah.
I lied about being a farmer. Get over it. I'm sorry.
He's actually just using army time. At 2011, every day he goes to farmersonly.com.
He'll never be lonely there.
He'll never be lonely with Farmers Only.
That like rises to the level of paulsmerch.com. That's how good farmersonly.com.
Can I read you one of my favorite comments of the week on TikTok from Mr. Wonderful?
Oh, we should
and you can guess the video. Guess the video.
You want to do some of my TikTok comments?
Guess the video that this is on. Everyone in the comments. I didn't say it was mine or whose it was. You're guessing whose video and what video. It says for Mr. Wonderful. Everyone in the comments understood it, but you. And now you've lost everyone's respect over $20. How embarrassing!
Wow. That first off, that implies I ever had anyone's respect, which is kind of nice.
You had my respect, Carrie.
Thank you.
Bro, I would have kicked your A and kept your money for wasting my time and touching my stuff.
I know people are really aggressive when they're online.
I would hate you as a customer. You wasted so much time and all for nothing. The issue was clear about what he was selling in the lot, and you were the one who got heated. Buyer is wrong and probably single.
just why not?
Honestly, you were definitely wrong. It's goofy you think this was almost a fight too. Probably never been in a fight, bro.
I wish they got the conversation of how we came up with starting the TikTok that way. Dave, you did tell me to say that.
That is my fault. That is
Dave did say you almost got in a fight.
Hey, it worked too. It took you all the way to the bank, didn't it?
It did. Thank you for the money.
Yeah. Apparently not back to the East Coast, but to the bank. Yeah. So we never really got to Butthole McGee. Carrie was called like 17 different names in this video, but the favorite name was Butthole McGee.
Yeah,
because he did one on this.
Because it makes me think of those old McGee and Me movies that I watched in Sunday school.
Mac and Me, remember that Mac and Me with the little alien guy?
Davey and Goliath.
That was a great movie. Thanks for watching Trash to Cash episode whatever.